name is Rachel Jackson. I am here as an Elite Pro 9, and I'm so pumped to bring this training because this is really cutting edge when it comes to becoming a social influencer. And this is going to be a lot of information, guys. I want to prep you the fact that if you have never really done Instagram before, if you never really spend much time on the app, I want to tell you guys that even if you have posted, if you have played, if you've scrolled through it, and you think you know something, I'll tell you, it's still going to be like drinking from a water hose. So don't be afraid, like don't be upset if you're like, oh my God, this is so much information, because this call is being recording. Yeah, we are recording. And so you can go back through it tomorrow and the next day and the next day to get it. I want to share with you guys a couple of things here tonight as really the key of becoming an Instagram influencer or IG influencer. We're going to talk about why this platform. We're going to go through some of the basics. We're going to be talking about how to identify and find the best followers that are qualified to join you in LifeVantage. We want to audit your profile so that you stand out, that you look the part, and just up-level your branding. We're going to talk about building that raving following, as well as how to create beautiful content that people will engage with, and wrapping it all together with a daily method of operation, or a DMO, and automation secrets. If you guys are excited, give me some hearts in the chat right now. If you guys are ready just to blow up Instagram with your business and generate thousands and thousands of followers over the next year, give me some love. Okay, I know this has been highly requested, and I've put my nose down every single possible Instagram training out there, and I've been testing it myself since last April. So these are things that are working right now for me and my business, and for many others that are on this call. Let's talk about a new platform. Obviously, the key with any new social media is to build quality content, to be a good human, and to also, be wildly consistent. This is not a game plan to get thousands of followers in the next 2 weeks. This is not like, hey, 0 to 10K in a day or so. This is going to be a simple strategy that when we look at summer, when we look at next fall or next winter, you're going to be waking up with new leads on the regular. And I'll tell you guys that Instagram is not to replace Facebook. It's not to replace our simple system of ABC overview three-way calls. This is more of a step. This is allowing you to go in front of traffic, because obviously you guys know that there's billions and billions of people online, and you got to think of that as lead flow. You want to go and step in front of that traffic to capture it. And I want to encourage you guys that you got to stay the course. Now, there's a bit of a warning. There are Bobs and there are Sallys. Bobs are the type that get a brand new play or a new platform or hear about a new system, and they get super frustrated. It might be the fact that Bob is on a flip phone. that might be why he's so mad right now. He's like, I can't even download it. But no, seriously, like, he's learning something new, but he's not very tech savvy, or maybe he does, but like, he's getting very frustrated and he gives up. Like, he can't figure something out. Gosh, how can I get this filter working? Or how can I edit this? Or I don't understand how to do the stories. And after a few weeks, he doesn't see a lot of movement or traction, and he still can't find his private messages or his inbox, so he quits, right? On the opposite side is Sally. Sally's hopeful. She's coachable. She's teachable. She's new to Instagram, doesn't really know what to do, but she's going to go online. She's going to go on YouTube. She's going to watch some tutorials, read some articles about it, and she's going to raise her skill. Don't be a Bob. Can I just get everyone in the chat to say, I'm going to be a Sally, okay? I'm Sally. Sally's my boo, my BFF. We are spirit animals. You guys want to be the Sallys in business, because I'll tell you guys that even, to this day, every aspect of whether it be Facebook changing its strategies or its algorithms, or WordPress or things like that, you guys know that we have gnomes behind the scenes that are working the WordPress website we work on with teamheart.net. And you guys, we run into challenges, but you know what? We are Sallys. We are hopeful. We are problem solvers. We look to learn new things. We don't get overwhelmed, and we don't get frustrated, okay? So why Instagram? Some of you guys heard some of these quotes or these stats I was throwing, and I loved that, like the little breadcrumbs, like the little carrot to get to the call, Shannon. Guys, Instagram is hot. It has over, 1 billion active monthly users. 500 million are active daily. That is huge. And right now there's over 4.2 billion likes happening per day. Over 400 million Instagram stories. You're going to learn what those are per day. and over 100 million uploaded photos. Now, it's really interesting. We talk about Facebook all the time, that videos have 38, or videos on Facebook are king, right? It's 80% of the newsfeed. Well, here's really something interesting. Videos on Instagram have 38% more engagement than photos. So this is going to be another video tool for you guys to get more leads. What really blew my face off was the fact that it says that Instagram, I think it was wired.co.uk, said that Instagram has 58 times the engagement per follower than Facebook. OMG. I mean, that to me is huge, because that's telling me I don't need a large list. What I need to do is just engage them. I need to connect with them. I need to build rapport with them. And what's really exciting, guys, is this is also a way for us to target some of the 20-year-olds, the 30-year-olds, the millennials. It's the largest demographic of all of Instagram. In fact, I would say 70% of my Instagram followers don't even like Facebook. So guys, there's a huge market, hundreds of millions of people that they're not even on Facebook. They're not seeing your Nerf 2 activation posts. So this is how we're gonna get in front of that traffic. Now, Instagram is growing 5 times faster than overall social media usage. So this is huge. The average user spends about an hour a day, and this was cray-cray. Like cray-cray, cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. 72% of Instagram users say that they purchased a product that they saw in the app. I bought, you guys saw the outfit that I wore on social media? That was an Instagram purchase. I saw that leopard skirt. I was like, swipe, sold, MasterCard, get in my mailbox right now. So people are buying things, okay? This is huge. Now, what is Instagram versus Facebook? Like, how do they compare? How do they differ? Well, this is the big one, is the fact that your organic reach with Facebook is falling. How many of you guys feel that right now? Your viral reach, your comments, your likes. I mean, I used to get 200 to 300 likes on almost every post, and now I'm lucky if I break 100. That is because there's so much on the newsfeed. Instagram is still new. It's still hot. Look at this, guys. 3 to 7% if you have a relatively small profile. That excites me. That's telling me I can get 3, 4, 5 times the engagement with the same effort. Like, hello, this sounds really good to me. But the answer is we got to do both. This is not replacing, not one or the other. You might find that you prefer one, but really, if you want to become a master social influencer, you're going to use both. Now, I want to go through some of the basics. Let's talk about some of the lingo that you're going to hear me use on this training, and you're going to hear other trainings use. You're going to see it on the feed. The first one is a post. Guys, there's so much similarities between Facebook and Instagram. By the way, fun fact, Facebook owns Instagram. So once you get in there, guys, you might be really scared right now. Like, again, you're having a Bob moment. I'm telling you guys, once you get in there, you're like, this feels just like Facebook. A lot more images, a lot less ads. It's just like Facebook, okay? Because it's owned by them. A post is usually a photo or video that goes into your Instagram profile or on your feed. When you go to your profile, like you see mine on my left, the cactus, the pink quote, my hair before and after, those are my newest posts, right? So those are always going to be at the top, and then you work your way down just like your Facebook profile. Now, an Instagram story is a 15-second video or a photo that stays live for only 24 hours, okay? So this is very temporary. And what I love it for is great for documenting your day. It's awesome for launching a promo or promoting an event or a call or a Zoom. But I'll tell you guys, stories is the single most important free lead generator at the moment for social entrepreneurs. So if you guys are taking notes tonight, you've got to think, okay, I have got to learn and understand Instagram stories. And you're going to learn a lot of that by watching people like myself and other influencers on Instagram. You're going to be following the lead. You're going to be able to rip off and repeat and get ideas and see what they do and replicate it. Cool? Now, highlights, you're going to hear me explain all this. Highlights are the little circular icons on that bucket previous story, so you can archive past 24 hours. Because, like, let's say, Dina starts following me today, but I did a really cool leadership storyline, maybe a couple of stories, 15, 20, 30, 45 seconds long. And it's like, oh man, I want to hear what RJ says about leadership. Well, she can go to my leadership bucket, the little highlight, and watch previous stories that I've cataloged. So it's kind of like an organizational system. The grid is going to be the 3-image wide post structure on your profile. And don't worry, guys, I'm going to go over these numerous times. You're going to see it over and over. It's hard to train on a PowerPoint on a mobile app, but I'm fairly good with screenshots. I hope you really enjoy this. And then a direct message is just like a private message. They just call it a DM instead of a PM, okay? Now let's go over the very simple aspect or the app itself. Now I'm not going to cover every single possible little button, but these are the most important ones, and this is a grand majority. This is your crash course on the app. So the first thing is the little camera in the upper left-hand corner, right when you log into the app, is how you post a story. That's how you're going to record an Instagram story. The most recent stories from all of the people that you follow is going to be up at that top bar, all those little bubbles. And you guys have seen those on Facebook, right? You guys have seen the little Facebook stories? Exact same thing. These are all the pages that you're following, and these are their accounts and their stories. Now, if you want to like an image, all you have to do is double tap. You can go right on Alyssa's cute little face or her good vibe t-shirt, or you can click on the little heart, and that's going to like the image. I know, isn't biohacking bombshell for the win? Now, if you wanted to comment on it, you just click on the little quote bubble, and that's going to add to the comments. If you want to forward this post to a friend in their DM, you can click on this little paper airplane, like send it off, and it's going to go to their private messenger, just like the share feature on Facebook. You guys are getting this, right? Like, it's very, very similar. It's the same things. You're liking, you're commenting, you're sharing. Sound familiar? And then let's go over the bottom bar. You have the Instagram home. This is always going to be the home that's going to take you back to all the posts and all of your friends' stories. Let's go over to the left or the right side now. Is that your little paper airplane that has like notifications sometimes? That's your DM, just like Facebook Messenger, right? You're on your Facebook app on your phone, you get that little red thing. That's your inbox, okay? Now, if you see a post in the upper right-hand corner, you can click on the 3 dots. If you guys want to do anything, you can copy the URL. You can report it if it's a bad post or something. You can share. You can turn on notifications. Like, let's say you didn't want to miss one thing that Biohacking Bombshell had to say. You could turn on notifications and get a little ping every time she makes a post. Now, to save a post, like if you read something that's just so gnarly and so good, it's just like Facebook, the little ribbon, it saves it and it goes back into your little profile like a folder, all of your archived saved posts. Now the bottom menu again, the search, it's a little magnifying glass. This is very intuitive, guys. Are you guys already shocked? Like, this is pretty simple. Like when we're looking at it, like, okay, kind of makes sense that the home would be a home page, the magnifying glass would be a search. The little plus is so that you can add a new post to your profile. The heart will be all your notifications, so all the comments, all the tags, all of the new followers that you have, those are going to be under your notifications. You're going to love those. And then the little guy in the lower right is your profile. This is so simple. And guys, don't forget, you can always rewind, go back to this, and go over it again with your phone in front of you. Now, once we go to the profile, I just want to show you a couple things on the profile using mine as an example. In the upper left-hand corner, you have a little bit of rewinding clock. Again, very intuitive. This is your story archive and your time hop. So you're on this day. It's just like Facebook memories. What did you post a year ago? There's a button for promotions. Don't worry about that. You are not running ads. No necesito. No necesito, okay? Now, you can choose if you want to see a profile in a grid or if you want to see it more like a timeline like Facebook shows. So you can choose the way you're going to look at somebody's profile. Again, highlights, those are bucketing all your previous little 24-hour expiring stories. And again, when you start going on people's profiles, all this is going to start to make sense. You guys can go look at all my art or all Lulu or some of my political beliefs or Team Heart stuff. It's all there for you to check out. Now, if you guys do have different accounts, meaning like I had an account for a while for my dogs, it just became too much to manage. I just combined it in my personal branding. You can toggle down, like let's say you have a business and a personal, or let's say you own a contracting business, or let's say I'll use Dina because I see her face right here. Dina has a bulldog business where she shows and breeds champion bulldogs. She might have Sparta Bullies as one Instagram account, but then she's going to have Dina Brock. Does that make sense? You guys getting that? You might have 2 different accounts for 2 different businesses. Most people will just have one. That's very, very, very advanced. Now the settings, guys, this is where you can go in and you can go see your privacy settings. You know, you can connect with friends from like your phone contacts. This is just like self-explanatory stuff, like your notification settings, all that. And then we have your profile. We're going to talk about editing all of this here in a second, but this is where you go to adjust your username, your website, your bio. If you guys will notice my little bio right here, my little boop, 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 you guys can go and edit that and make yours stand out. Now, before, that was kind of just the introduction to the basics. I want us to take a step back. I want to go now 30,000 foot view, more of a macro level of your brand. We talk a lot about branding with Facebook, but you know, this is going to be very, very similar, but I want to take a moment because some of you guys are so new. You've not yet taken the time to figure out what your brand stands for. So I want you to think about, who are you? You know, what is Daria? What is Shannon? What does Kristen stand for? Angie, what do you stand for? Anna, what do you stand for, right? What can your next follower expect from your Instagram account? What are they going to get from you? What's going to be your consistent message? I want you to take a moment right now on a piece of paper, and I want you to come up with 3, 4, 5, 6 brand buckets that would maybe be topics of discussion, things that you would speak on, things that you would post on. This is the value you offer to your audience. Now, when I think about my branding and I look at my Instagram, these are the 6 buckets I kind of stay. This is my home. Bulldogs, faith, network marketing, internet marketing, like total digital entrepreneurship, art, right? So art, beauty, decor, all that sort of stuff. Politics, for sure, way more than Facebook. So if y'all start following me, just be aware. It gets raw on Instagram. And then wellness. So wellness, obviously, our biohacking formulas. I want you guys to go to the chat right now and let me know 1 or 2 of your brand buckets. What is going to be your focus? When a new follower, if I go follow you right now, what can I expect to see that you're going to be posting? If I start scrolling through a month from now, 2 months from now, a year from now, what are you going to be all about? Melissa said family or mental health, gut health. I see faith, lupus, wellness, mom memes. I love those. I think if Tanis is on there, should be like wine memes. Humor, workouts. Yes, Tanis said wine. I knew it. I love that. So different things, cats, dog rescues, great. And I love it because you guys, it's not all business. Bring in some of the personal aspects. Like I have my dogs, and guys, some of the dog pictures and stuff I do get the most amount of engagement. So if you're not getting engagement, just get a bulldog from Dina, okay? Now let's talk about your perfect prospect. Just take a moment. I want you guys to think for a moment and maybe even name her or name him, okay? So I have Jonathan and I have Jennifer. I don't know why I chose these names, but Jennifer is typically my perfect prospect. I want you to think about the person that will be the most inspired to join you. I want somebody that's going to join your team and add so much value. Who's the next Shannon? Who's the next Kristen to join your team? What do they look like? What do they sound like? What do they act like? How old are they? Are they married? Do they have kids? Where do they shop? Where do they congregate? What are their hobbies and passions? Now I'm going through this really fast, so this might be an exercise. You have to pause and go back through the recording. But you got to think about, what is your perfect prospect's greatest fears, pains, and problems? This is huge, guys, because then all of a sudden your message is consistently and predictably speaking to their pain, speaking to their heart, as opposed to selling them a little yellow pill. See, the clearer that you are with who your most perfect prospect, like I know what Jennifer looks like. I know she shops at Anthropologie. I know she reads her Bible. Like I know these things because I've clearly written them down. That's my perfect prospect. And so every time I talk to her and I actually know where I can find her, I'm going to show you where to find your Jennifers, your Jonathans, your Susies, your Sallys, right? You guys want a lot of Sallys on your team, right? The problem solvers. But you got to know who you're serving and serve them well. Now let's go into auditing your profile, okay? Auditing your profile. So the first thing is obviously we need to have a profile photo. It's got to be a clear close-up, Headshot's a little tiny thing, so don't worry about a blemish or whatever. But it's got to be you and only you, just like Facebook, right? You don't need a professional photographer. Just grab any smartphone, grab a friend, get dolled up, do your hair, put your makeup on, guys, comb your hair, whatever. Get a few shirts, do a few outfit changes, and take some photos. I love taking photos outside with no direct sunlight on my face because that doesn't look good on anybody, okay? This photo on the right, Josh took of me in Park City at the Pro 5 Summit. Now let's talk about your bio. Instagram limits your bio to 150 characters. I want you to take a moment right now and think of some adjectives or descriptives that you could use that are powerful. So if you'll notice mine, it's kind of small. It says internet marketer, Arizona. I love putting my location there. Freedom fighter, Jesus lover, amateur artist, and then I have a little call to action. It says non-toxic hair care proven to reduce breakage by 58% in 7 days. Boom. And then I have a little URL. This is a hot tip, guys. I do not post my LifeVantage, a long link or anything like that. I created a tinyurl.com, and I use tinyurl.com/biohacking solutions, and that's my website on Instagram. It takes them straight to my shopping cart. Hello, like so freaking awesome. Now, if you want all of your power words or descriptions to be on different lines, like how mine is, like boop, 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 you want to do it in your notes on your phone and then copy and paste it over. Okay, so that's how I got it with, you can't really see little emojis. You'll see that here in a second. I do not recommend putting LifeVantage in here. I do not recommend even putting network marketing. I tend to use more internet marketer or social marketer, social influencer, work from home, whatever it might be, okay? Entrepreneur is fine as well because I don't want to scare people off if they had a bad experience with network marketing. I want to bring them into my brand so I can indoctrinate them of the real way and the right way to do network marketing, okay? Now let's talk about your feed or your grid. This is huge. One of the key aspects to Instagram is constructing content that's beautiful and consistent. Now, I am not really big onto a lot of massive photo and presets and Photoshop. Like some Instagram people, they do so much work on their photos. Ain't nobody got time for that. I chose a theme of photo, quote, photo, okay? So it's very, very simple. So I post 2 pictures, then a quote, right? Or a picture, a quote, and a picture. And what I did is I choose, for me, I chose my grid. I choose white quotes, white backgrounds, and I use an Instagram filter called Mayfair to make it pink. Is that not the cutest thing you ever did see? Honestly, I get so many people are like, how would you do it? I'm like, it's very complex. 2 pictures and a quote. Like, that's it. So I get compliments all the time. Please don't make your grid look like mine. You want to stand out. I understand that a couple of you guys would want to just do it exactly. No, I'm going to give you some ideas. How about this one? This is beautiful. I love this. Image quote, image quote, image quote, all black. Is that not like super sunny? Some of you guys are like, mine, got it, take it. That's going to be me. Here's another same example, but with white. So image quote, image quote, image quote with white. And you'll notice that even the photos, man, that's high level. They even all match. It's like, whoa, wait, I can't even do that. Now this one is really neat, is that they do 3 photos and then 3 quotes. So it kind of looks like rows. How many of you guys like the third one? Drop a 3 below if you guys like the third one. If you guys like the first one, drop a 1. If you guys like the second one, drop a 2. Which one is your favorite so far? How about number 4? This one, again, is very similar to mine, but you'll notice one difference. They have photos that look like they're aligned or similar, right? So ocean, quote, ocean. Black and white, quote, black and white. Leaves, quote, leaves, right? Black and white, quote, black and white. So they're doing this really pretty theme that is so freaking awesome, right? So freaking awesome. And then there's one, if you just want to get flavorful and like pretty, that you can choose on just one color. It can be all blue or all pink or all black and white or all green or whatever it might be. I would think of a color, if you're going to do all colors, I would think to a color that speaks to your perfect prospect. So if you're going after women, I would stick with reds and purples and pinks and black and whites and you know, that slatey gray and the blush pink that's really popular right now, kind of like on the left, number 1. Where if you're going to be more for men, it might be more black, white, blues, harsher color, more masculine colors. So just think about that in branding, okay? So pick one that you like, and if you guys need more ideas, Google Instagram grid ideas. What would Sally do? She would Google Instagram grid ideas. You can go into Pinterest and you can type in Instagram grid ideas, and there's millions of photos. Well, maybe not millions, but like hundreds of thousands of ideas, okay? Really, really exciting. And you might go for one for like a few months, and then you might get sick of it and change it up. I had one that was slightly different. Oh, it was the white in the middle. And then I switched it to the pink because pink, okay? All right, let's go into highlights. Now, every Instagram influencer has begun to bucket their Instagram stories with these little highlights. So we talked about your 3 to 6 branding buckets, like mine were Bulldog and Faith and Politics and Wellness, right? You want to come up with some topics like you already mentioned: wisdom, wine, sobriety. There was, which is kind of funny, I said those in wine and then sobriety, but I saw them in there. Rescuing dogs or whatever it be, mompreneur. And then what you want to do is you want to create topics and record little sessions, little videos to answer some of the greatest problems of your perfect prospect. So if one of your greatest problems of your perfect prospect is that they have no leads for their business, it would be really smart for you to take a few nuggets out of all the Team Heart trainings and do some little mini stories, mini lessons, and then bucket them under lead generation, right? Something like that. Now, a lot of people ask me how I made my little bucket covers. You don't need to make them special. They can just be a photo. It's not a big deal. But I made mine using these little icons that you can download for free off of flaticon.com. So that's a really cool graphic site. I just, looked for a little art, little bulldog, little, mind with the hands for your mind, a little heart with like a notification. I was like, that was a cute one for Team Heart, right? So this is really interesting. Are you guys liking this at all? Are you getting anything out of this? Is this value in here? Okay, keep me going. Let me tell you. All right. So now what we're going to do, oh dear, hold on. Let me just click that really quick. All right. Now what we're going to do, we're talking about building a following. So there's a couple of major ways to build a following. The first one is to go and steal, go and rip off any Instagram influencer's existing following. So let's say one of your buckets is wellness. What you guys can do, remember the little search, the little magnifying glass, that's the search tab. You go to the search tab and go find a popular influencer in wellness. Maybe medical medium, maybe Dr. Greger. Why is it not working? Oh, there we go. Dr. Greger from Nutrition Facts. He wrote the book, How Not to Die. How Not to Die. So he's got a pretty big following, 600,000 followers. And if you guys click on his followers, what it's going to do is going to open up a page with all of his followers. Dr. Pimple Popper. Oh my God, she is so addicting. Please, everyone, go and see Dr. Pimple Popper on Instagram. You cannot turn away. You just can't turn away. It's so disgusting. But seriously, like, how cool is this? 600,000 followers. These are leads for you. So here's what I would do. I wouldn't think too much about who I'm just following. I wouldn't add somebody that doesn't have a profile picture. I might randomly, like, sometimes I'll click on somebody's name. I personally don't follow a lot of dudes. That's just me. That's a girl. I don't want to, send off the wrong vibes or whatever. But just go follow. You can follow like 160 people an hour or something like that. So follow. Can you guys do this? Can you find influencers, go to their followers, and just boom, 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 start like grabbing them? Because if somebody's following nutritionfacts.org or Medical Medium or any other major, I don't know, Dr. Oz, you guys know who like all these different medical or health professionals, it could even be local to you. Now we're going to talk about local as well, but you might have a local naturopath, a local chiropractor. And if they're in Indianapolis, if they're in Red Deer, Alberta, if they're in wherever they are, Phoenix, Arizona, you find a local chiropractor. Do you think let's say it's 6,000 followers, local chiropractor in Surprise, Arizona. Do you think that a majority of those 6,000 followers are going to be local? I'd say probably, as a chiropractor or a gym or whatever. So that can also help you if you're trying to work your local market, okay, your local market. So add. Now, another way to go to your local market, guys, is to go to the search and then scroll over to places, and you can type in a city like Scottsdale, Arizona, Phoenix, Arizona. I'm going to Charlotte, North Carolina, search that. Even a restaurant or a place of business. Like the other day, I checked in at True Food Kitchen, and you know what's so cool? I could go click on this, and you guys can go to a restaurant, and this is a health food restaurant. Again, if they like True Food Kitchen in Scottsdale, Arizona, are they possibly a wellness lead for me? I'd say yeah. And the fact that they're local is going to make it a lot easier to build rapport and connection. We're neighbors, for goodness sake, okay? Now, another thing you can search is hashtags. So let's say that one of your buckets is network marketing. You can search network marketing or direct sales or social media marketing or whatever. Network marketing, there's over 4.5 million posts that have hashtagged it. You guys can go through here and start adding these people because these are other network marketers usually. So that's a really quick way to start going and building a following. So you guys got to go send out your likes first, go follow people first. And what's going to happen is people are going to naturally start following you back, especially because you're not following random strangers. You're following qualified people that are either in your area or of the same interest, or they're following an influencer in your niche. Are you guys getting this? You guys getting this? You're tracking with me? I can keep going. Yeah, we want to make sure that you guys are building rapport. I'd rather you have 1,000 very qualified wellness people following you than have 10,000 people from like Bangladesh and India and that, follow Pepsi and Rice Krispie treats or whatever it might be online that have no care in the world of biohacking, okay? All right, best practices. So this is a quick way to build your following. Sync your phone contacts to your phone. Well, that's to your Instagram. To your Instagram. You want to sync them to your Instagram. So when you go into your profile, right when you log in, right when you go to your profile, it's going to ask you to sync contacts, and you can start following all of your friends from your phone. I would follow at least 50 new profiles every day, and I love sending a direct message, short and simple. And it's like, hey, let's connect. This doesn't have to be hard, guys. You might change it up a little bit, like let's connect with a smiley face and say, and then the next one would be like, hey, excited to connect. And just change it up a little bit so you don't look like a spam robot to Instagram. And here's the amazing thing is that many people will follow back. Now, over time, in the beginning, it may not be like this, but over time, you don't want to follow more than are following you. So there's a max of 7,500 accounts you can follow, but you want to have way more people following you than you're following. It's going to be hard in the beginning. You're going to send out hundreds of requests before you start getting them, but you'll be able to clean it up very quickly, okay? Once a week, clean house, unfollow random accounts, unfollow weirdos, unfollow people that haven't followed you back, right? Because you can go to their profile and it says that they're following you, and then post every single day. This is really huge. We're going to get to the content part, but if you want to build a massive following, you got to post every day, okay? All right, let's talk about content creation and becoming a content curator. I want you guys to focus on the 3 V's: very, value, and visual. So vary up your posts, right? Don't be one-dimensional, like LifeVantage, Protanum, Mercu, LifeVantage, Hair Care, Elite Academy, Team Art, over and over, or like sprinkle in your life, your mindset, inspiration, aspects that will speak to your perfect prospects, and vary the hashtags. I'm going to give you guys a hashtag strategy here in a second. You want to vary the ones that you're using. Hashtags are key on Instagram. They're useless on Facebook, by the way. I only put them in there to look cool. Okay, value is queen. So we think about value as absolutely imperative. You want to take the time to curate a beautiful caption to the image you post, okay? You want to offer value on people's posts. So don't just comment like, cool pic. Like tell a story, tell a joke. Tag the actual person you're following, the influencer, compliment them. Like you want to stand out, use emojis, things like that. Be valuable, be relevant. If value is queen, then visual is king. Instagram is all about aesthetics. So you want to take the time to filter and edit your photos to boost the beauty of them. Like don't post grainy or out of focus quotes or images. like recreate it in a higher resolution. Like let's say you see this really cool image on Facebook or Pinterest or Google, but it's really yucky and it doesn't match your feed and it's kind of green. You guys have seen those, right? They're pixelated like yucky, or they're brown and orange or weird. So just recreate the same quote in like Moldy or Word Swag or Typorama or whatever you guys use to make little quote cards and shareables. And because you guys, aesthetics matter. You gotta, this is so key. Take the time to learn how to make good aesthetics. Now, I want to show you guys some examples. So this is one of my posts that I made just a few days ago. This was one of my quotes. And it was just really simple, like, hey, did you talk to God today? I put my 30 hashtags underneath it and under the quotes. And here's what's so crazy. In a matter of a few days, it reached over 3,000 people. But you know what was intriguing to this for me is that 1,600 of them came from the hashtags. So 1,600, 55% of the people that saw this were not already following me. So imagine, guys, just riddle me this. If I had posted that, but neglected to take time to write out the hashtags or as many hashtags, I probably would have had 1,400, 1,500 impressions. I got 7 actions from the post, meaning they clicked over to my profile. We all know that my link to my shopping cart is in my profile. This is how I'm making sales on Instagram. And none of this had to do with biohacking, but it's always driving traffic. I'm standing in front of the traffic, right? What's really neat too, if you look at the upper right-hand corner, it got 505 likes. You guys get 505 likes on Facebook? No, I have like 35,000 people or 30,000 people following and friends on my Facebook. I never get 500 likes. I got 600 comments, or I'm sorry, 16 comments. They got shared 8 times and saved 14. So those 14 people might come back around and find me again, which is really cool. All right. It does not matter if hashtags are in the post or in the comments. Does not matter. Okay. You can do whatever you prefer. Here's another one. This was from a global convention, I believe, or a previous event that we had. And I was just talking about being a social micro celebrity, a social influencer. I had this cool little post, did my 30 hashtags. Again, I reached 2,800 people. This one was not as effective on hashtags, so I'm going to watch this. If I consistently get really bad responses from these hashtags, I'm going to change it up, right? But still, I got 549 likes, 30 comments, 3 saves, and I had 17 website clicks. 36 profile visits, 17 website clicks. Hello. Denise is like, how do I link to your website? Go back to the bio portion, Denise, and go put it in your bio with a little tiny URL. That's the little website portion. That's where you put your URL. Cool? Okay. Now let's go through some posting tips. Stay with me here, okay? Post daily. I recommend doing 1 to 3 posts per day, 6 to 9 if you really want to supercharge it. I like doing it 3 in a row because it keeps my grid looking really good and really clean, right? Image, quote, image, but that's just my grid. You don't have to worry about spacing it like Facebook. Remember we talked about on Facebook to wait like 2-3 hours between posts, letting posts die down, letting them go viral. If you have one, you don't have to worry about that. I'll go blink, blink, blink all in the morning and then I'm done, which is so great because the news feed's very different. It's very different than Facebook. It doesn't show you the newest stuff at the top. It's really weird. So I just post 3 in a row and I am done. Always hashtag your post. Always. You always want to add a location. This is really cool, guys. When just like on Facebook, you can like check in at like Papados or Phoenix Airport or whatever, or even like your Indianapolis, Indiana. Like you can check into a location. I always add a location, but I switch it up. So I'll if I do a God post, I'm gonna check into a local church. I'm not there, but why? Because if I check in at Scottsdale Bible Church, right, or First Methodist or whatever, chances are the people that are also checking that post, right, that are also looking at it, are people that go to church. Again, speaking to my perfect prospects. You want to engage with your audience. I go back once a day and I like every response and I'll reply to them if they added something interesting or a great compliment. I'll give them a little emoji, a little kiss face back. And then I follow people back and I thank them. If I see somebody, if you know, Missy is consistently commenting on my posts. I'm going to go to her profile. I'm going to send her a DM and I'm going to say, thank you so much for adding value to our page. Okay. Everyone's like, hashtags. Y'all are way ahead of me. You're way ahead of me. Okay. Now we're here. You want to learn about hashtags. All right. Okay. Hashtag tips. You want to Google. Sally Googles best Instagram hashtags for network marketing. Top hair care hashtags. Best top 20 or top 50 entrepreneur hashtag. Guys, just go Google and you'll get a list. There's endless blogs, websites that have perfected it. They know the highest producing ones. And what I do as well is I rip off and repeat. I look at what the top Instagram influencer are using as their hashtags, and I'll screenshot it and then I replicate it because it's obviously working for them. So I'm going to go see if it works for me as well. I do mix popular hashtags, but then I also do very specific lower search term ones. So I don't use just the big hashtags. Like a big hashtag would be social media. Hashtag social media has 13 million posts to it. But I'll do something like hashtag social media tools, which only has 58,000. Am I more likely to get found in the smaller one or the bigger one? If I'm going to use the social media tools and I end up putting a few hundred posts over that over the years, like I have a better chance, even a better chance of being some of the top hashtaggers in that specific hashtag. Now, what I recommend, guys, is that you save these in a notepad on your phone for easy copy and paste, and you want to update them every few months as you're seeing how they work. So this is what it looks like. I got a notepad on my phone. And I have them bucketed. I know it's very small. They're bucketed into my genre. So I have all my faith hashtags, all my entrepreneurship hashtags, all my bulldog hashtags. Some of you guys are like, that just saved me a lot of time. Copy, paste, copy, paste. You want to get to 30 to 40 sets of hashtags that you're constantly cycling through. Cool? You guys are getting this, right? Okay. I have a present for you. Some of you guys are like, okay, I want to create content. I want to do something. But you're like, I don't know what to post. Right? You're having a Bob moment. Okay, I'm coming in. Sally's saving the day. And now on teamheart.net/social media, we have now uploaded over 3,000 non-branded social media quotes that are Instagram formatted for you guys. We have, I mean, guys, it's crazy what we have on here. We have deep quotes, entrepreneur quotes, fitness quotes, girl boss quotes, even story quotes that you can upload to your stories, love quotes, symbol quotes, travel quotes, all here that you guys can customize. You can throw your logo on it. You can put a filter on it. You can put it to your colors. The simple white background, if you want to throw a color over it in a certain app, so you want it to be like branded to you blue, like Biohacking Bombshell Alyssa does. 3,000 images are at your guys', there's over $1,000 worth of graphics that you guys now have. And this is a massive feature to Team Heart for all of your new teamies, guys, because we are in the business of creating social influencers. This is huge, guys. We are in the business of creating social influencers. So one of the ways we do this is by helping you become a content creator. But instead of having to think of, like, if you can't even think of a quote, just go and download a ton, throw it in your gallery. So freaking awesome. I hope you enjoy that. Let's get back to business. Instagram stories, okay? So I told you guys that this is the single hottest lead generator of all of Instagram. You got to understand that we are following the know, like, trust, buy tactic. Know, like, trust, buy. Stories are not the number one way we find new followers. It's not. It's not like, I don't get a lot of, like, there's not really, it's not caught on yet that people can search stories and find you. There's some ways to do it, but this is not as huge. Those are going to mostly come from hashtags, networking, strategically working with other influencers, right? But stories are the best way to build a relationship with your followers. Now, I told you guys it has a 24-hour lifetime, but because they expire, you want to be recording stories frequently throughout the day, at least once a day. But I think about, when are people on their phone? Morning, when they're getting up, noon on their lunch break, right after work, and then right before bed. So that's when you guys want to be putting stories. And I want you guys to imagine that this is your reality show. This is your time to show the behind the scenes of your life. It's less curated. It's less doctored like your feed. It's more about you and your Hot Mess Express, just living your life, sharing value, and attracting people to you. So again, I'm going to show you guys how to do a story as best as I can on screenshots. So you ready? We're going to click on the little camera in the upper left-hand corner, and that's going to open up your camera. This is a shot of my desk facing away from me right now, over this way. And you click on the little camera button, and it starts either snaps a photo or you hold it down and it starts recording. Now, this is just like any other smartphone. You can do the little switchy, turny arrows, and you can flip it to selfie mode. There's also a flash. There's also on the left, you can upload an image. You see like my little camera rolls in the lower left-hand corner. And the little face with the sparklies, that's filters. So you can do really fun filters. Play, be Sally, play with this, test different things. Now, once I've taken this photo of my desk, I can swipe up on the photo, so whoosh, just my thumb, and it gives me options to do certain things. Now, obviously, I can add text and all that sort of stuff, but this is really cool. I can tag myself at a location. That's one way for people to find you. I can tag myself in a hashtag. That's one way people can find you. I can add a GIF. I can add music. And I can add the time or the temperature. What I love, though, are the polls, the questions, and the little happy bar, because that gives engagement on your Instagram stories. Let's take a look at that. So I just took this photo randomly, and I selected ask a question. So that was one of the options. I selected ask a question. And I typed in, what hair care line do you currently use, or whatever. In fact, this was one that I did just a week ago. I said 60 to 90 days supply, free shipping, only $100. Who wants ordering info? Enter your cell phone, I'll text you details. How many guys want like just leads coming to you from a story? All I did, guys, I posted a bunch of before and afters, and then I had a call to action. 60 to 90 days supply, free shipping. Who wants ordering info? I'll text you the details. Hello. These are my metrics. I go back to the story, I swipe up, and there are my leads. Hello. Guys, this is going to be a game changer for you. Value, 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 sell. Know, like, trust, buy. It's a process of building a relationship. It's a process of social proof. Are you getting this? Here's some other Instagram story ideas. Some of you guys know that usually on every 15th in Team Art Sneak Peek, I'll make a post that says commission posted. What are you doing with your check? How many guys, raise your hand, have participated in that little post that we do? And we solicit all the stories and the social proof. So I took some screenshots. I covered the faces. I covered the names. And it was just social proof. Paying off debt, paid my mortgage, paying off debt, going to my daughter's race car, right? So I posted this to my stories, right? And then I bucketed under my little Team Heart bucket. Another thing too, when you're at events, shouting out Tanis, getting her $25,000 My Life Venture bonus. Again, social proof. Things are happening. Bandwagon. What am I missing? FOMO, MOFO, right? Other ideas. When you're on a Team Heart call, when you're on this call right now, every Monday night, guys, you should be doing Instagram stories, a boomerang, a photo, a video. And hey guys, we're on our story. You can just take a little photo of us talking or whoever's sharing their story and document it. It's behind the scenes. It's like, oh my God, there's a lot of people doing this. This is bigger than just, Andy. This is bigger than just Cheryl or Desiree or Di. Like this is more than just them, right? So this is really huge. And then what I do as well is I will highlight specific speakers. So like a few weeks ago, Erica and I, we did, along with a few others, an opportunity Zoom. So I was recording her doing that portion of the Zoom, and then I tagged her rocking the Zoom. Again, it's creating that social proof. What it looks like from my end, this was a great thing from Titi. Tihani actually did this wonderful Instagram story from Global Convention, and she she's my favorite speaker, my mentor, blah, 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 and she tagged me, and I got a little message about it because you always get a message when somebody tags you. And so I actually took her story and I put it on my story. And so it's a way of thanking. It's a way of cross-pollinating. You guys are understanding, right? Don't worry if you don't understand it right now. So much of this is going to develop and happen as you use the app. So let's go some more ideas. Do live recordings, boomerangs, photos whenever we're on a team or call, or your individual team Zooms. This is a way for you to pique curiosity. Take your upline, take your team members. When you're tagged in a story, repost it to your story. So TT tagged me, I reposted it. You know, Erica tags me, I repost it. It's a way of thanking that person for plugging you, right? I do at least one poll or one question per day, or even the little heart face swipey rating bar. Because I always look for an opportunity to create engagement. They're not just watching you, they can participate. And I never, like, you can do yes or no, hot or cold, hamburger, hot dog, like, I mean, black or white, like, you do anything that you possibly think of. I'll let people rate my art. I'm like, do you love this or you like it, right? I never say, do you hate it? Like, that makes me feel bad. I'm not gonna ask for that, okay? So here's my strategy when I know I'm gonna sell on Instagram, because there's so much of me just living my life, being crazy RJ. But what I do is I do story, then a call to action. Before and after, social proof, and then a call to action. You can use the question box to get their text information, their email address. You can do polls for the hair care, for weight management, physique. The possibilities are endless. Now, after we close this, guys, we're going to make sure that we're all following each other on Instagram, because some of the few influencers in this team, they're a little further ahead, and that's okay. They've just been doing Instagram a little bit longer. You're going to get ideas from them. That's what's so great. It's rip off and repeat, guys. You don't have to figure it out. Just go follow some of the influencers and do what they do. Now, let's talk about a DMO. We want to, let's bring it all together, okay? You still with me here? All right, we want to post at least 1 to 3 posts per day. 6 to 9 if you really want to go gangbuster. I post in 3s. It's easier to keep my grid pretty. Again, you can do it all at once. It's not going to penalize you. I hashtag 30 words in the caption or as the first comment under each new post. Doesn't matter where you do it. Make sure you don't forget them hashtags. Select one post out of every 6 approximately a couple times a week with a promo or a call to action, right? You know, it could be like, you know, go check out the link in my bio to order. You know, I usually don't do DM me for info. It's not like Facebook. I just usually send them to the link. Yes, Denise, it's totally okay to grab and share. You know, if you have any concerns, just ask the person if you have their permission, and I'm sure they'll say yes, because Team Heart is all about sharing. I would do at least one Instagram story. Those are the ones that expire every 24 hours, every day. But ideally, you want to do it throughout the day. You want to start documenting your life. Don't feel stressed out about it. Just start, like, I'll just be doing little things, and I'll just take a photo of my view, or I'll be sitting with the dogs, and that's like kind of my thing. I'm always showing me and the dogs. And then make sure that you're following 50 new accounts a day that align with your brand and your perfect prospect. Now, this is an amazing tip for a DMO, is to engage with 5 influencers every day. You might have 10, 20, 30 that are key influencers that have thousands of followers that you want to build a relationship with. You never know. Guys, if you had a beauty blogger, a beauty Instagrammer, right? And you're following them, you're adding value, and you're telling stories, and you're making jokes, and you're complimenting, and you're tagging them occasionally in relevant stuff, and then you build a rapport and connection, you're forming them. Maybe you come to them and say, hey, listen, I've been following your brand for a while, love everything you do. If I sent you some product, would you try it and do a 60-second review on your stories? What if you sent a beauty influencer a free kit of hair care, asked her to try it, and do an honest review of the hair care for 60 seconds? That'd be 4 Instagram stories. And with a call to action to go to a link to buy it, right? Which, again, you can do a little tiny URL, you can give it to her, and then you split the commission with her, or maybe you give her more product, or however. Like, guys, the possibilities are endless with influencer marketing, and that's very advanced, but I want to give you some way to focus daily to start engaging with these hot prospects and these hot promoters. And if anything, you're going to learn so much by following what they do, even if they're in a random niche, even if they're not not quite where we are in wellness, but there's something else like fashion. You're going to see what they do, and you'll be able to mimic it and replicate it for your own authenticity. You guys are liking this? Is this helpful for any of you right now? All right, automation. Now, I'm telling you guys that I am not saying that any of these are good, valuable, won't hurt you. Like, I'm just saying this is what I've done. About 8 months ago, I signed up for Boostio. Now, Boostio is not accepting new clients at the time, but I found several that are similar. What I've done is I've reinvested some of the money I make into marketing. If you're a business owner, if you own an interior design firm, or if you're a real estate agent, or you're an insurance broker, do you guys invest in marketing? Yeah, Missy, your sister owns a cafe. Does she market? Spends money on marketing, advertising, word of mouth? Like, hell yeah, she does. So these are really affordable. They range like $30 to $100 a month. So again, I'm not telling you to do this. Wink, wink. I'm not telling you to do this. But if you want to go to the next level, let's say you're doubling down on Instagram this year. Let's say, I really want to get to 10,000 followers like that. This is what helped me. I went from 3,800 over 13,000 in 8 months without really changing what I did. I went from 70 likes on a post to 300, 400, 500, 700 likes. And this is the first time. I've been on Instagram for probably 7 years, and this is the first time I'm making sales. So check these out. Again, I'm not endorsing them. Okay, Macro Missionary uses Boostio. I use Boostio. A few of us got in on in the beginning. They might open it up in the future. I'm not sure. They're probably just maxed. And basically what it does is it follows for you, it unfollows for you, it likes for you, it comments for you. You put in all the parameters and hashtags. Guys, this has blown up my Instagram. So this is just a top tip. It's more advanced. It does cost money. I'd rather you spend 30 bucks on this than running a stupid ad that you have no idea what you're doing, because I don't even know what I'm doing, because Instagram ads are cray, okay? All right, bringing it home. Our vision in Team Heart is to create an army of heart-driven social influencers who are making a difference in this world with their unique voice, with your unique passion and your products through LifeVantage. This is just the beginning, guys. We have already mastered Facebook. 2019 is the year of Instagram. And for those of you guys who are willing to trek through it, to learn it, to Sally it up, if you're willing to be the Sallys, guys, to the bold goes the fortune. Fortune favors the bold. And we will continue to equip you with more and more strategies, higher level stuff that will get you in front of that traffic. Final thoughts, Sally and I are super proud of you. We're so ready to watch you soar on Instagram. My advice, guys, commit to the process. Go and watch additional tutorials, things like YouTube, and do something every day on Instagram. And you, my friend, are on your way to becoming an influencer. If you guys like this training, I want you guys to go to Facebook or Instagram right now. I want you guys to share your top takeaways. Head over to the group. Head over to your wall. Tag me. Tag your upline. Tag your team. And let us know the value that you got from the Becoming a Instagram Influencer social media guide from Team Heart. We love you. We appreciate you. Don't forget, you are the best part of LifeVantage. Let's rock out March. And this call is officially a wrap. Thank you so much, Shannon. You did amazing. Thank you, Kristen. Congratulations on both of your guys' rank advancements. Let's go kill it. God bless, guys.